It's almost summer, Hornets. In this junior edition of SHS Today, Luke Johnson from Hornet Nation streamlines to Dr. Sartori's cardboard boat regatta. And Max Watkins informs us of a new rule implemented at the high school. All this and more on the 5/18 edition of SHS Today.
Welcome back, Hornets. We're glad to have you here for our second to last show of SHS Today. I'm Lucas Fountain.
And I'm Sarah Yousif. For this episode, all the juniors and I joined forces to put it together. Let's get right into it.
Seniors, it's almost over. Your last day is coming up fast. However, you're not getting off that easy. Senior exams are coming up on May 26th and 27th. Brush off that senioritis and power through these last few exams. You got this.
Engineering is all about solving problems in the world. It appears all around us, from simple machines to our everyday electronics.
Students had the opportunity to use their creative minds to solve a new problem. How do you make cardboard seaworthy? Luke Johnson from Hornet Nation answers this question and much more.
What do you get when you combine 20 students, a whole lot of cardboard, and Dr. Sartori's Problems in Technology class? Let's find out. What exactly is going on here?
Well, this is Dr. Sartori's Regatta. It's a class called Problems in Technology. We learn about boats. We design cardboard boats. Then we race from one end of the pool to the other. There's two parts. Make it down to the end of the pool, and if you can make it back. Obviously, the school part of it is we learn all the stuff about boats and buoyancy, because it's an engineering class that we're in.
Students have just 2 to 3 weeks to make their boats out of cardboard and packing tape and put them in this pool.
About 3 weeks, and in like 5 seconds, it was all over. Like, just flaming all over.
You can't just do layers and layers, but you can build like a hollow square. Once they get that design done, then they start the building, and then this is the test phase.
Most of the boats don't survive, which are then brought to the recycling. But there are some that do.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 of them that made it all the way to the end, and 1 or 2 of those made it all the way back the other way this time. So it's an awesome, fun project. It's as a teacher, it's probably the project that has the most fun for me to do.
We kind of tried to model, it was more for the theme rather than design process. We went for a pirate ship design. We even had like cannons, we had a mast on top. It was sweet. It kind of looked more like a rowboat than an actual pirate ship, but like, you know, we tried to go for a miniature version.
Reporting for SHS Today this time, I'm Luke Johnson. Back to you in the studio.
While many sank, all the ships sailed straight to the recycling. The students ended the regatta and will exit the class with a new outlook on the issues around them. Thanks, Luke.
As this week comes to a close, it's time to start getting ready for prom, which is this Saturday, May 21st at 8:30 p.m.
Student Council recently put on a promposal contest where students got to spark their creative minds and ask people to prom and hope for free tickets. The winner is Lainey Alec and Shane Pitcher. Thanks to all who participated. Recently, administration cracked down on students wandering the halls. Here's Max Watkins exploring a new policy that's been put in place at Saline.
Students like working in the halls, walking in the halls, and talking in the halls, but lately, it's become a problem. Interim Principal Teresa Stager has some interesting details on a new rule to crack down on the issue.
The 10-10 rule is the first 10 minutes and last 10 minutes of class. We just ask that everybody gets to class when the bell rings and you stay there for the first 10 minutes, and then for the last 10 minutes of class, counting backwards from the bell, you also don't leave the rooms.
Though the rule may seem mundane, in reality, it's yet another complication of the COVID pandemic.
When we left in March of 2020, none of us ever really assumed that the hardest part of all of this was going to be when we got everybody back in the building. Coming back from COVID, a lot of students are struggling with anxiety. That's a huge part of what the 10-10 rule was supposed to be for and what really is for. Now that we're coming back to school, those traumas are starting to present themselves in different ways because I don't know that they were ever addressed. The thing that I want to make sure that gets out in all of this is that none of this is a punishment. This is all because we want to make sure that everyone is in a safe space and that they're accounted for.
10-10 is likely here to stay, and it may be the first of many new policies.
We may have other things that we need to put through. I think, we're hiring for a principal, so depending on who that is, they may have other ideas. So yes, I do think that there are more structures coming. But what those are will be dependent on who the administration is next year.
Regardless of what happens next year, it's clear that COVID has and will continue to impact school policy moving forward. Reporting for SHS Today, I'm Max Watkins. Back to you.
Returning fully to classrooms in semi-normalcy has been challenging for everyone. Unexpected problems were sure to arise. We should all remember that our admin have worked hard to implement policies that ensure student safety, even if they sometimes seem frustrating. Celine's very own orchestra and band are teaming up on May 27th at 7 p.m. to perform their Collage Concert. These students have worked hard throughout the year to finally come together and play some collaborative tunes. If you want to hear some good music, stop by the Celine High School Auditorium and hear them play.
That's a wrap for this episode of SHS Today.
Next week, our seniors will be going live from our studio. This special episode will also be the last show in this season, and you don't want to miss it.
You can follow us on Twitter at SHS Today and on Instagram and YouTube at Celine Video.
Signing off, I'm Lucas Fountain.
And I'm Sarah Yousif.
Have a great week, Hornets.